Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our presentation. If I could have everybody please stand, and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, before we get started, again, make sure you have your cell phones turned on silent, and I just remembered I didn't do mine. So I'm going to have Lieutenant Roman come up and give a brief update.
Thank you, Ms. Walters. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jonathan Roman. I'm the Acting Director of Security for now. Sorry. I'm the Acting Security Director while Michael Romero is on vacation. And this report's going to be for March 15th through March 15th through April 15th. This briefing presents key insights gathered by our security team through daily patrols, gate operations, and incident responses. Our officers diligently document observations and interactions in daily logs and incident reports, which are reviewed to identify and address recurring concerns. By analyzing these reports, we continuously refine our approach to better serve the community and enhance overall security. One of the most pressing issues we've continued to monitor is the increase in homeless encampments across the field from gate number 1 and past gate 6. These encampments have been observed during night patrols, starting fires from warmth, and loitering near our perimeter walls. While these areas fall outside of our jurisdiction of Sun Lakes, security has taken a proactive approach. Our patrol officers have increased their coverage near these outer zones, documenting all relevant activity and ensuring that these individuals do not attempt to breach the property line. We've already had to call the Banning Police Department to have them come out and assist us in removing some of these individuals once they're starting to come onto our property. The camp in front of gate 1, as far as I know, has already been removed, so we're keeping a strong eye on it. In tandem with these external concerns, we've observed a growing vulnerability at several pedestrian gates within the community. Gates number 3, 5, and 6 in particular have been found unsecured on numerous occasions. This may be the result of residents not properly closing them behind them, or could be related to wear and tear in the spring mechanisms. These concerns have been properly reported to the administration team, and the maintenance team is advised to inspect and make necessary adjustments to ensure that all gates close and lock securely as designed. Left unaddressed, these unsecured gates pose an open invitation to unwanted foot traffic and compromise overall community security. So, everyone who uses the gates knows sometimes they don't close properly. Sometimes they just stick onto the side but don't close and latch. So we just want everyone to go ahead and give it a quick push and make sure it's locked up. In District 3, we recently responded to a vehicle theft incident that revealed a critical vulnerability in the perimeter wall. The suspects gained access by jumping a 3-foot barrier wall located behind the waterfalls along La Costa. The stolen vehicle was left with the keys in the ignition and was not locked, making it an easy target. Fortunately, due to security's ability to quickly review footage and identify the suspect, and with quick coordination with Banning PD, the vehicle was successfully recovered later the same day. While this outcome is favorable, it highlights a larger concern. That particular section of the wall remains unmonitored by security cameras. Currently, we must rely solely on witness reports if suspicious activity occurs in that area. We've been responding to several complaints from residents in Districts 7 and 9 involving theft and vandalism. In particular, multiple reports of missing Amazon packages and tampered mailboxes have been submitted. These incidents suggest that theft is not only coming from external sources, but potentially from individuals who have already gained access to the community. To mitigate this trend, Securitas recommends practical deterrents such as the installation of doorbell cameras, increased lighting around doorsteps, and retrieving your packages immediately once delivered. Community awareness and quick action are essential in preventing these further occurrences. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Lieutenant Roman. Are there any questions for Lieutenant Roman? Okay, hang on just one moment. We've got to get a mic over here. Who had the question? Oh, sorry.
About security, outside of Sun Lakes, particularly in the field behind Albertsons. The homeless are moving in there. Can anything be done there, or is anything being done there?
Unfortunately, that falls really outside of our jurisdiction, so we're limited to what we can do. But we do inform the police department whenever we do see that there's more and more people approaching. So hopefully they can reach out and start pushing code enforcement, because I think code enforcement is the one that handles that. Any other questions?
You have a question? Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Just to answer your question, the police department and I think code enforcement are going out in June, and they're going to redo a cleanup again. So that has been posted in the newspaper, and I have not talked to Jeff Platt yet, but I'm pretty sure that they're in coordination in getting that done. So they are well aware of it. And there's like little condos over there.
Any HOA fees?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe we should start charging them. So again, make sure you have your cell phones turned off, and I want to just reiterate, we're not going to take questions right now. When they're done with the presentation, we will take questions. Make sure speakers, when you speak into the mic, because if it's down here, we can't hear you. Okay, so right now I am going to introduce Carla Young, and she is with Banning Utility. And one more thing, I know she'll probably reiterate this too. They're not going to answer questions about your utility bill.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here today. Yes, as she said, we are from the electric utility, but we do not handle the billing. That is handled by city finance staff. So we did ask them for a brief update because we knew that there would be some questions. So as of today, we were informed that the December billing is complete for Sun Lakes, and that bill will be printed tonight. You should be receiving it by the end of the week, and that is for the December billing. And then additionally, they are still working on getting the credit card portal working. Right now, they are accepting cash or check. I believe tonight they are open till 7 p.m. There's a few days a week that they're trying to stay open later for people that work or have commitments that they can't make it till later in the day. And then, yeah, I guess that's basically the only update that we have for them for right now. Sorry, we don't have any more information. We just don't work in that area of the city. So, but we are happy to be here today to share our energy saving information with you, and I'm going to turn it over at this point to Synergy, who is in partnership with the city, with the electric utility, to help you on your energy saving needs and give you information on that. Okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Carla. Appreciate it. I want to thank Amber. We're excited to be here with you today to be able to share some of these things with you. Are we able to put our slides up here? Who are you? I'm Gary. All right, she's excited. Okay, well, so yeah, my name's Gary Smith. I've been with Synergy Companies for 20 years. So I started back in early 2000 and worked as a technician for a few years and then left to St. George, Utah. And I was there for 3 years. And when you're from California, it's hard to leave. So I came back. I had to be near the beach. I had to be near the Dodgers and the Lakers. So I came back. And I don't think I'll ever try leaving again. So it's been good. We do many programs for utility companies in the state of California. And so we are so excited to be able to work with Banning Electric and to be able to provide these services for you folks as well. So I'm going to turn the time over to Tom. He's going to kind of share a little bit about Synergy Companies, our vision, maybe a little bit of history. I've been here 20 years. Tom's been here for 120 years. So he's got a little bit more experience than me. And then after Tom, I'm going to go into kind of the nuts and bolts of the program and what we can offer you through the program.
Hi, everybody. You may have been here the last time we were here. Is anybody? Right up to your mouth. Oh, well, I'm 71. By 72, I'll get this down, I'm sure. But was anybody here at the last meeting? Or okay, good. So anyway, yeah, my name's Tom, and I'll tell you a little bit about me. When I got out of San Quentin, no, that's not true. But so anyway, I have been with them about the same time. Gary and I are not twins. So, but there is quite a resemblance. However, we would like to say thank you for being here. Synergy Companies has been around for a long time, 40 years. And what we do is we contract with all the utility companies in California. And so this is a real, being able to be involved with Banning Electric is something we enjoy doing, and we'd prefer to stay with them, and we hope they want to stay with us. So one of the main things I just want to say quickly is customer service is important. So when we do something at your house, and I'll tell you what we're going to do, let's keep in contact after we leave or whatever, because we want to make sure you're happy, so that we're not going to walk away and say, well, goodbye. We'll be there for you. So anyway, Synergy Companies, there we go. Synergy Companies has a vision statement, as you can read up there. And so when it talks about safe, clean, reliable water power, and natural gas through efficiency and water conservation with the highest levels of customer satisfaction and quality installation, that is what you can look forward to with Synergy. I have that memorized. So anyway, there are some words in there that are significant. I'm being honest with you, customer service is so important that we make sure that when in your home we're clean, we do the right thing, and we walk away with you being happy. We want to make sure of that. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Gary. I really didn't have a lot to say, but we're going to turn it back to him, and then I do have some things to say in a little while here, so thank you.
All right, thank you, Tom. So one cool fact about Tom is he has visited every single mobile home community in Southern California, basically from even Bakersfield.
Some people are doctors, lawyers. I've been to every part.
And so it's been a huge asset for us as he's built relationships with those managers and different folks there. So there's a sign-up sheet back here. Also, I don't know if one was going around. Perfect. All right. So as we go through these things, if that's something you're interested in and you want to put down your information, we'll reach back to you and answer any further questions you may have one-on-one, and then get you scheduled to have the installation of what we're going to talk about right now. Okay. So there's a number of things that we can do on this program, and one thing we want to reiterate is that it's all done at no cost. That's one thing you want to thank Banning Electric for. So they fund the program. So let's give them a round of applause. All right, now we may contribute in our bill a little bit to these programs, right? But when we come out, there's absolutely no cost for any of the work that we do, okay? And this type of work is to make your home safer, more comfortable, and really more energy efficient, right? We know that there's an energy crisis in the state of California. And anybody know approximately how many people live in the state of California? Too many, but we all stay, right? 40 million people, right? So when you think about that, that's a big chore for the electric companies to provide enough power, right? And the gas companies to do that. And in many cases, they have to go out of state to buy it at a premium. And so for them, it's goodwill for their customers, but also it's kind of a necessity that folks reduce the amount that they're using in their homes. So a lot of good things happen from it. The first thing we want to share with you is, you can see up there on the screen, the AC tune-up. And obviously, I live in Yucaipa. It gets a little warm here in the summertime. There's times when you have to turn your air conditioning unit on. The air conditioning unit can be expensive, right? Running that compressor condensing unit. And so what our production team does is they would make sure it's working as efficiently as possible. So they're looking to balance the refrigerant. Make sure the coils are clean, and then just check the different pressures on there as well. The Schrader valve and caps need to make sure that those are sealed as well, so you're not leaking any type of refrigerant into the atmosphere. And so that's all included in this first measure that we do. And then again, we'll answer any questions at the end that you might have. The second thing is, that's actually a combination of two things. We have our efficient brushless motor up here, and then what we call an efficient fan control. So the motor is actually the motor that spins that squirrel cage in your furnace. So it's not the one outside at the condenser, but it's at your furnace. And this motor will spin that squirrel cage when you run your heat and air, right? That's what pushes it through your duct system. And so that can use a lot of electricity. The motors that we put in are brushless, so they actually spin on a magnet. So there's a lot less heat, a lot less friction, and you get that energy savings from that. They're actually variable speeds too, so it'll sense when it needs to work a little bit harder or work less. So you can see some of the benefits up here as well. In combination with that is what we call the efficient fan controller. And so it's a little switch that's actually put on the furnace, just a little wiring, really. And what it does is when the cycle of your air conditioning shuts off, you still have cold air in your duct system. And so what this device will do, it senses that, and it will continue to push that squirrel cage, push that cold air into your house. So kind of like in your car, right? You're driving your car, you turn the AC button, so it turns the air off. It still comes out cool for maybe another, few seconds. Kind of that same concept. And so by this happening, right, you still get that cold air in the duct system. The coils that are found in the furnace are still cold, so it's pushing that in there without using your condensing unit outside. And you can eliminate a few cycles throughout the day of running your AC with that little device. Now there's different guidelines for us to be able to install some of these measures. And so that would determine, when the technician comes out. For example, there's some AC units or some thermostats that already have a time delay, which works the same as this. If your home already has that, we wouldn't be able to install it. But the technician would be able to see that and talk to you about those things. Okay, the next one is the duct test and seal. So this is a big one. I think Tom talks about this in his activity he's going to do. He's going to do a dance and sing for you guys after. It's exciting. I've seen it a few times. So the duct test and seal, they estimate that about 30% of your heat and air, right, is lost in your duct system leaking into the attic. And so that's a big deal. So what we do is we hook up a machine at the return vent, seal off all the supply vents, and it pressurizes the system with this computer and sensors that we put in one of the vents. And it'll measure how much, in pascals of pressure, how much is leaking out of your system there. And then they go about and start doing the seal work and then retest it again to see where it's at. So very cool. This is a big deal, right? Because think about the cost that it is if you're losing, even 10%, but some up to 40, 50%, okay? Just over deterioration. Maybe you have critters in the attic that have torn holes in it, right? These things are common, and through running this test, we'd be able to recognize that and seal that up. Now this doesn't include replacing any duct systems, right? These are just kind of your repairs. If you have disconnected ducts, things like that. Small repairs we will do. But if you have a duct that's just been completely destroyed or eaten, it wouldn't include replacing that duct. So smart thermostats. Many of you may already have these. These are great. These they're learning thermostats that will, as you go throughout your day, when you set them up, it'll learn your habits. And just by doing that, there's a lot of savings that comes along with that. You can see on here it says remote access via an app. You can control it through an app. They have something as well called geofencing. It's a setting that you set up on your phone. And so when your cell phone leaves a certain parameter, a distance from your house, it'll recognize that and make adjustments to your thermostat. So some cool stuff, right? You forget to turn it off, you leave for the day. I mean, you have control from your phone, but it'll automatically make that adjustment for you. Ceiling fans are a part of this program as well. And everyone's familiar with ceiling fans, but there's some great benefit to that as well by pushing the air around. And it can have a big savings. You can see up here, provide excellent air circulation. They can reduce air conditioning usage significantly at times. And then they have directional controls for allowing summer and winter use, right, depending on the direction that the fan is spinning. So this is cool. This is provided as well at no cost through the program. The whole house fan. Raise your hand if you have seen these before or have one in your house. Familiar with it. Raise your hand if you're familiar with a whole house fan. Okay. So these are new, right? They've been around for a while, but the technology has increased greatly to where they work very efficiently. You may have seen some of the old ones where it's a big box, right? They'd attach it to basically the ceiling of your house, and it would sound like a hurricane is coming through. So these are really cool. You can see how it's suspended in the attic like that. And the maker of this is called Quiet Cool. And that's the idea, right? You don't want to hear it very much. And so I have one in my house, and it is amazing. These things, what they do, actually, we'll just show this video, and it'll explain it a little bit and kind of go into it a little bit more and answer questions as we get towards the end here. Tom's going to tell you a quick joke here.
Yeah. I do want to point out I've never been in San Quentin. I got to thinking, boy, that could backfire. I was just joking, so it was a joke. Never mind. I didn't have anything important to say. So.
Okay. All right, here we go. Hopefully the sound comes through well, and you can hear this.
How does it work? Understanding thermal mass cooling is an essential principle to how quiet cool whole house fans work. Here's an example. When someone comes home from work, they enter a house that could be upwards of 90 degrees. Do they immediately turn on the air conditioner? Not with quiet cool. An AC system alone would take too much time and be incredibly expensive. It's just like when you get into a car on a hot summer day. What's the first thing you do? You open the windows to let the hot air out, right? When you start driving, the airflow begins to exchange the hot air, then you roll up the windows and turn on your car's AC. A quiet cool homeowner will open a few windows, turn on their quiet cool fan, and let fresh, cooler air evacuate their home of the existing stale air. The quiet cool fan creates an active breeze which not only cools the inside air, but also cools down the mass of the home. Instead of recycling hot, stale ambient air like a closed-loop AC unit, the quiet cool system exchanges the stale air with fresh, cool outside air through an open-loop whole house ventilation system, and at a fraction of the cost of running an air conditioner. Now that your home's thermal mass has been cooled, what are the benefits of this? A cool thermal mass home does not reheat as much or as quickly as a hot thermal mass home. Within a day or two of installing a quiet cool system, homeowners are amazed when they come home after work and it's 90 or 100 degrees outside. They walk into a home that is not 90 degrees, but maybe in the mid-70s. That's because the thermal mass of the home has been cooled by the quiet cool system and did not reheat as rapidly throughout the day as a typical home would. This not only raises the comfort level of those living in the home, but it also will drastically reduce your AC usage, bringing down the AC-related costs, and will help your air conditioning unit last longer.
Okay, so this is a very generous item from Banning Electric. They're not cheap. And so this also is provided at no cost. And so as you look at this, like I said, I have one in my house. There's a couple things that can be challenging though. There has to be enough space for us to hang this in your attic, right? So we can't say that it's going to work for every single house. So that's something that would have to be determined. There also has to, we put a grill where the air is sucked in from the house, right? Usually in the hallway. It's about this big. Really clean looking, but there has to be a good location, right, where that can be installed as well. But these things work great. The idea is to cool your attic down. So if you were to go in your attic now on a hot day, right, it could be 160 degrees. Very hard for your air conditioning to cool your house down when the attic's that hot, right? It's like a heat sandwich. And so the idea is you turn in the late afternoon when it cools down, when it's cooler outside than it is in your house, you turn that on. And the idea is to run it all night long. And what it does is cool your attic down to the temperature that it is outside. Not only that, it will cool all the matter down in your house. So your tile floor, your countertops, all those types of things will act like a cooling agent, like ice in the house. And I can tell you, those evenings where it's like 65 degrees, and then throughout the day, my house won't feel warm till probably 4 o'clock. And we're talking like really comfortable. So you may have to turn your air on for an hour, depending. But it works really good. But not only that, you feel a good breeze coming through too, where it's just really comfortable. So this is a really cool measure that we're able to do on this program at no cost, and excited, for the opportunity to do that. So we've installed hundreds of these on other programs throughout Southern California, and so now you guys can take advantage of it. Okay, we talked about the sign-up sheets. So make sure if there's anything that you feel like would benefit you in your home, put your information down. We just need your name, phone number, and address, and then we'll reach back to you. And, we can chat more about it with you and set up a date for installation for the technician to come out. Now, again, just remember that there are some certain guidelines that we may not be able to do everything at your home, depending on what you currently already have at your house. If you have a smart thermostat and you're like, well, it's a little bit older, we wouldn't be able to replace it, right? The purpose of these programs is for energy savings. And so we do have to follow those guidelines. But if we show, if there's one thing that you can benefit from, we can absolutely help you out. So put your information down if that's something you're interested in. Questions? This is the exciting time.
Hello. So the whole house fan, does that require an additional filter?
No, the whole house fan doesn't require any type of filter.
And the chart you showed about the sign up, maybe you should have told us that first before we signed up.
Like I said, we've only been doing this 20 years. We're not experts yet. So mark that down, Tom. Sign up sheets before. But what if you're not interested and you put your information down? Now we're going to harass you. Next question.
I had the benefit of having C.O.R.E do some things to my house several years ago, and I can't say enough about how I think your first slide, how clean, neat, tidy, organized, all of the above. It was really great. I can't remember everything that you did, but not all of most of the things you've described today were not done in my house. So my ultimate question is, would I be eligible to have new things done?
Absolutely. Yeah. So anything we haven't done in your home, you would be eligible for us to come out and do.
I know you did thresholds and a new water stripping around the door. Those are things I can remember for sure. But
yeah. So all these measures, absolutely. And that testimonial only cost us $50. So thank you. That was wonderful.
Well, here's another one. I had them come out just when EPAP had them a couple months ago. They changed 12 light bulbs in my house, and I was prepared to call a company to check my air conditioner because it's going to be the season to use it. And they went out, recharged it, changed some bolts on it or something, and it's good to go. So at no cost. Thank you.
Wow, this is great. Thank you.
Hi, I was wondering,
Oh,
hi.
over there.
The smaller unit houses here, the single stories, would you be able to hang that?
Yeah, again, it would just be a matter of the technician coming out and taking a look at your attic and seeing how much space is in there.
Okay, so there's possibility.
Yeah, and when they come out, right, if it's not feasible because there's not enough space, we can do the other things for you still.
I'd like to ask you, for those of us who are in here who are going to run to sign up here on this, your sign-up sheet, what about members of the community who are watching this on Channel 97? How do they contact you in order to sign up for this program?
That's a great question. What would be the best way to get information out to them? Because really, we just need to get phone numbers out.
Do you want me to put something in the Lifestyles magazine?
That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Linda,
I'll
you can put it in
an
your article,
That would
too.
be great.
Absolutely, in an article. I also, do you clean the air ducts also?
We don't clean them. We don't clean them. So it's strictly just sealing them up, right?
Do you tell
Making
us if
sure
they
that all
need-
the heat and air is coming into the home, not leaking out into the
Do you-
attic.
Do you tell us if we need to have them cleaned?
No, because they don't really have the equipment to do that. So theirs is just strictly seeing if it's sealed.
Okay, I have a question. In the summertime, the outside temperature at night is probably hotter than on the inside, so how does this whole fan work?
Yeah, so the whole house fan would not work in those moments, right? So if you have, July, August, it doesn't cool down, yeah, you wouldn't be able to turn it on in those moments. So there are a few weeks out of the year where it's not going to work. So that's why we got to make sure your AC is tuned up properly.
Yes, I have a home, as many of us do, that has an air filtering system that automatically comes on every hour for about 5 minutes. It's the Pave. Will this interfere with that, or?
So this is a filter for just the inside air of the house?
Yes, I mean, it wasn't anything we put in. It came with the house, all the Paves.
Where's it located at? Is it in your HVAC system, your AC system, or is this a separate unit?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But the Paves, where are a lot of them, will all have them.
Yeah.
So you might get that question, more
Yeah,
than
there-
one question.
Oh, this is our specialist right here.
Hello, my name is Jason. I represent the technicians that come to your home. It will not affect that filter system that you have. So some of the furnaces, whether you put it in or not, have an exterior electric filter that kind of static cleans the air. It does not affect that.
Okay, so that will still work like
That will
it
still work the same.
does.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have a fan in every house, so in every room, in every room. So will this take the place of those fans? I won't need to turn them on. Is that what you're saying? I don't
You-
know
you
that I want them
generally-
replaced.
You don't have to replace them. You generally will use them just as needed. So
Just
you'll
as needed.
you'll
Okay.
as you use it and kind of get used to what it
Okay,
does.
good, because
it'll
it-
actually cool your home a lot quicker. You won't have to run your fan.
Okay,
But
because
you
the
do have them.
yeah,
Just
okay.
in the someone said about the air outside being hotter, and it's not going to work. So you would need your fans in that case.
Okay, thank you.
So you have both. They'll work simultaneously. They can work simultaneously or independent of each other. If you guys have questions about the quiet cool or anything regarding AC, I'll be here also to answer any questions on the technician side if you have any. And I'll be walking around and hanging out with you guys. Was there another question?
You guys were in my house about 2 years ago, and you did the door frames and all that stuff. In time, they are starting to leak again. Can that be replaced?
That is a good question. What do we have as far as rules with go backs?
Yeah, that's actually a different program through SoCal Gas. And so that would have to be determined on their guidelines if, depending on some of the programs, if enough time passes, can be repeated. But we'd have to check through your address and kind of look at the details of your home.
Okay, all right.
With checking the ducts and making sure they're not leaking, if the ductwork is dirty, can you still do that?
Yeah, it wouldn't affect anything we do. Yep, yeah, you're good there. And then on the whole house fan, going back to the fans, the way it works is you crack open a window in that bedroom and it'll draw that cold air into that room. And so you can actually cool down, you know, the entire house just by opening up windows in those areas you want it to come through.
Sorry. So they work kind of like the same way swamp coolers do. When you run a swamp cooler, you have to open a kind of window, multiple windows, so the air can circulate through the home.
Hang on, let me get you the mic.
This whole house fan?
Yes.
Is that something we turn on and off?
So
Or is it automatically
good
come on and
question.
off?
So generally, we'd have to hardwire them in, but now they still need power up in the attic, but they're controlled kind of. We could put this anywhere. We just hang it. It's kind of like a Bluetooth receiver for it. So it'll run. You can see it sliding up. So it has the different speeds on there, off and high, medium, or low fan function.
How do you know when to turn it on and when to turn it off?
So you'll set it, and the instructions will come with it, and the technician will show you how to turn it on. But all the functionality, not going to pass this around for you guys to see. So the top numbers on the top are for how many hours you want to run it. So you would just highlight whichever one you wanted, turn it on, and then either high, medium, or low fan. Okay.
So how do we know,
So it'll light up to whichever one you want, which function you want.
but how do we know which one we want? How,
So it all depends on how long you. Gary recommended to run it all night, so you'd probably run it for between 8 and 12 hours.
Okay.
To have it run all night to cool your home. Okay.
Is there an app for that for your phone?
I don't know.
It's
There is
not Wi-Fi.
No, it's not
It's
Wi-Fi.
just Bluetooth.
This is just a Bluetooth
Yeah.
receiver for
That's
it.
your controller.
I'll pass
from
this around so you
in
guys
the
can
house.
see it. Yeah.
Oh, and does that control have anything to do with your thermostat?
No, this works independently from a
Independently,
thermostat.
okay.
It won't
Thank-
interfere with the
thank you.
thermostat. Yeah, correct.
I'm curious about the location where you would install that little doodad.
The little controller.
Yes, can it
It can
be
go anywhere. It's It's remote.
downstairs?
Yeah.
So the whole house fan would be
It's
up
going to be
in the
where.
lot.
Yeah, it'll be up in the.
Well, I
fan
have
will
a
be up in the
loft,
attic.
so it can be downstairs?
Yeah, generally people like to put it next to their thermostat,
Okay,
so they have the same kind of control. They can control everything from one area.
excellent.
Yep. Yes.
I already have a whole house fan.
Okay,
so
good.
would you be able to come in and make sure it's working properly and upgrade it if necessary or not?
I believe we can't look at anybody else's work. We're just
Oh.
if you don't have one, then that's where we come in. If you already have one, it's kind of defeats the purpose.
One more question over here.
Yeah. You guys got a lot of questions. This is great.
Just to reiterate,
Yes.
there is no cost for
There-
these programs?
There is no cost.
Everybody, did you hear him say that?
There is no cost, and our technicians do not give them tip. They don't accept tips either. So
I have a question. The sign-up sheet that you had going around, Gary, they did not put their address. They only put their phone number.
That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
okay.
So one question you had about the whole house fan, when to turn it on? Just when outside is cooler than the inside of your home. That's all it is. So you watch the temperature and you see your thermostat. It says 79 degrees and it's 64 outside. You put it on and in 15 minutes the inside of your home and attic will be 64 degrees. So
What if we don't want it at 64 degrees?
yeah, we can't change the outside temperature.
No, I mean, can you, is there a setting? Is there a setting on it to say, okay, bring it down to 70?
No, because all it's doing is pulling in that outside air.
Oh, okay.
Right? So does the fans we install have different speeds? Yes. How many do you know? The one. So they do have 3 speeds. They'll have low, medium, and high. Right? So if you just want to cool it down a little bit, put it on low, and you know, you won't be freezing yourself out compared to the high speed.
But we could always turn it off then, if it's down to where we want it.
Yeah, if you see the controller, it gives you multiple hours you can, so you might just have to run it less time. Or you could just turn it off. If you have it running for a duration, like let's say 4 hours, and you don't want it to run it, you could just turn it off at the controller.
Don't forget, people, that when the tech comes, he's gonna explain all this to you.
Yeah.
So you don't need to ask all these questions right now because they don't know what kind of house you have. They don't know what's going on. So wait till the tech gets to your house and then you can ask them the questions and you can figure out what's going on, because we could go on forever doing this.
And I'll be here after to hang out if you want to talk private.
I hope you have a lot of technicians.
Jason does it all himself, so. No, we've got a number of technicians. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, well, thank you very much. Like I said, we will be reaching out to everyone that put their name on that list and get you scheduled for service. And we really appreciate it. And we'll turn the time over to Amber now, Banning Electric. Thank you. Oh.
Have people ever clap before you had a chance to do your thing? And let me do something real quick here. So, yeah, you listen. Can you hear me now? So, thank you. Just want to do a quick review. Does it bother anybody? This is a question that it's free, because we're big time on customer service. I've never sent a bill out. I might be able to arrange that, but it's absolutely free. Will cost you nothing. So be sure you remember that. Do you have to sign a contract to buy this? No, you don't have to do anything like that. You don't buy anything later. So it's not a trick. If you rent or live in a manufactured home, we can work that out too, so that would be okay. How long does it take? Probably from the time he gets there to leave, I would say, let's just say 2 hours, possibly at the most. Does it require major construction? No, it's very simple and to the point. Everyone's been run through a security check. None of them have been in jail. And they've believe me, we're very strict on that, and we want to make sure that everybody has been checked before they come into your home. And they'll have a badge. I want to recommend you make sure the face on the badge needs to make the face on the shoulder. So just make sure that works. And how do you sign up? We have the sign-up sheet, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, real quickly, I had another quick survey. There were some people that complimented us. Where did they go? Because if you weren't happy, we're going to charge you. Come on, can we provide those complimentary individuals a little something? I hope I'm not throwing you into a state there, but I don't know what to do with all this. So those who were complimentary, stand up.
Jean Dobson.
Stand up.
And Linda.
And we just thank you for and by the way, thanks for not saying something negative. But so there you go. Okay, we just want to make it quick. Now you wish you would. If anybody sitting around wishing they had, go ahead, because I got. So now we're going to do a quick survey. I left this for you, and everybody's a winner on this. Then I'll be done here real quick. Do you have this with you? Do you see that? So this is we're going to have, if you two don't mind, we have stuff in that box. If you don't mind on that side, do your best to give them out of that. And everybody's going to get a prize. Isn't that nice? Yeah. And now, I told you last time I'm from Bell. I want to make sure my dad was a Helms Bakery guy. So you remember that? So he started, yeah, anyway. Anybody care? Nobody cares. So ceiling fans, it's true or false, ceiling fans lower cooling costs even though they don't change room temperature.
Yes.
Oh, know-it-all, eh? So that was very good. You're right on that. An AC tune-up saves energy and money.
Yes.
Smart thermostat.
Who won the prize?
Nobody, put them back. So just go ahead, hand them out. Just give them to everybody. Everybody wins. Everybody gets one. So I didn't buy them or you wouldn't get anything. So Smart thermostats save energy even if you're not tech savvy. Now, I mentioned I'm 71. I'm used to hot, cold, on and off. But I have one hooked up at my home now, and I know how to use it. It's on my phone. My wife's home now. I'm going to turn it up to 180. And I'm going to see what she said to that. Hottest we've ever, never mind. So, whole house fans pull in cool air outside air and cool your home. So we just got that. So you open the windows. If you leave the windows open at night, put a thing on your door that says come in and steal everything. So I don't know. Homes can lose up to 30% heating and cooling through duct leaks. You may not know that, but the answer is true. So when we do the duct test, that's what we're attempting to do. LED light bulbs last longer and use less energy. And brushless blower motors are quieter and more efficient. So, well, I guess that's it. So thank you. Look, believe me, you people can say what you want. You're very important to us. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't people like you. We don't, you know, it may be free to you, but they pay me. And I, so just remember that. And we want you happy. So please. All right, I don't know if anybody, what do we do now? So, we got all these prizes. So, I don't know. I really, where are we? Oh, we have a raffle.
Do you want a mic?
So I'll turn that over to you.
I just want to remind you, if you didn't sign up, you need to sign up in the back here. If you don't, put your name, and please put your address too if you can.
What if we didn't get a ticket? Oh, we'll be sure everyone.
You should have been here on time.
Well, you'll have to talk to Highway Patrol.
Oh, can we get our slides up? Okay, there we go. Are we up? Hi, I'm Amber Rockwell. I'm here from Banning Electric Utility. So, want to thank Synergy for coming. They have some wonderful programs, and we're just going to kind of add to those with what we have in the way of rebates. So, to maximize your energy efficiency, Banning Electric has a lot of different rebates, more so than Edison. Edison has like a few. We have a load of rebates. So these are just some of the rebates available. I don't want to do a bunch of pictures, but you can always go on our website and look at them as well. Everything, we do AC tune-ups as well, refrigerators, dishwashers, insulation, pretty much anything to make your home more efficient. So the main thing when you are shopping for appliances for the rebate, because this is something that you'll buy and then you'll turn in the rebate to us. So the main thing is to look for the Energy Star logo on whatever you're purchasing. So I know sometimes that can be confusing because people say, oh, well, there's the yellow guide. A guide and Energy Star are a little bit different. So if you look in the bottom right, see all the arrows? You want to be sure it has that Energy Guide logo on there. That's really important. So we try to make it really easy to actually get our rebates, for you to turn them in, for us to get them to you. So here's a QR code for those of you who are tech savvy. If you want, this will take you right to our website for public benefits. Otherwise, if you know maybe you're not a cell phone user, you can always call us, come in, email. So there's lots of different ways that we can get an application to you and that you can actually turn it back in to us. And I will hand it over to Carla. So this is a little bit about our outage management program that we have going on right now.
Hi again, I'm Carla Young, the Business Support Manager with the Electric Utility. We currently, I'm sure many of you have already been opted into our outage management program system, and this is where you get the texts when we have an outage that give us updates. This is a new program that we started this year, and it's to help keep people informed of the outages and hopefully the duration of them. We've done a soft launch of it, and we do have a sign-up sheet on the back to let you know, I'm sorry, so that you can sign up if you are not in yet. If your cell phone, your utility account does not have your cell phone on it, then you are not part of the program yet, but we can put you in. And keep in mind that you can stop this at any time. If you receive the text and you just don't want to get those, you can reply back stop and it will opt you out of the program. So this is basically not individual, it can be individual text messages, but for right now it's a wide system for alerts for outage management. As a reminder, the City of Banning does not currently participate in the power safety shutoffs. We're not required, like Edison, to do those at this time. That's something that the state of California may require of us in the future, but right now we are not required to do those. So when there is an outage, it is normally due to equipment failure or something like a Mylar balloon in the lines, or we have squirrels, woodpeckers, all that kind of things that climb the poles and they get in there sometimes, and that will cause an outage. Or lastly, due to theft or to someone cutting the power, trying to steal copper wiring or something like that, or getting into a box that houses our switching equipment, trying to steal things out of there, and that will cause things to go down as well. This is, like I said, currently large-scale outage notification. You will see some random ones for utility billing updates. We're going to move more into that in the future. We're trying not to put a lot right now because we have utility billing that we're trying to get evened out, but once that's done in the future, there will be more updates going out on that. What text power is not for. It is not for solicitation. We will be doing no sort of solicitation on that. We as a utility are restricted from doing that. It's not for two-way messaging, so you can't respond back to the text. We don't get those. And even if we did, there's no way for us to respond individually to people. And then it is also not for information sharing. So the utility is regulated. We are not allowed to give your number to anyone. That is private customer information. We take that very seriously, and we are audited for that. So there is no way that we can share your phone number with any of our vendors or anything like that unless you've asked us to. And that would be like for programs with Synergy. It's not for any sort of sharing for any other vendor. So this is an automatic opt-in for customer service information. Like I said, you can opt out at any time, but because it's not for soliciting purposes, you are automatically opted in. Visit our information tables. We have an information table back there to sign up, like I mentioned before, if you are not currently opted in and you want to, or you can send us an email. And like I said, mentioned before, you can text in response for any time that you would like to opt out. We are working in the future, once our mapping system is built out, to make the outage notifications more centralized to your area. So we try not to send large-scale ones out unless they impact a very large number of customers, or we have often sent them out if they impact something like a major street, such as Highland Springs street lights are out, or something like that, or the hospital is out of power, or something that would be beneficial for everyone to know. If there is an outage in Sun Lakes, we try and keep it central to Sun Lakes. If there's an outage on the east side of town, you would most likely not be getting notification of that. There are times, like I said, when it is citywide, though. You're welcome to email us at this email address or come visit us at 176 East Lincoln. We're glad to have visitors there at any time. We're open Monday through Thursday from 7 to 4. And thank you for attending. Oh, and last thing I wanted to mention was for those who are watching the televised version, if you would like to get in contact with Synergy, feel free to email us or call us at the numbers that were above as well, and we would be able to connect you with them. And yeah, does anyone have any questions?
Excuse me, for opting in, is that email address how you would call people who are not here? Not
Yes,
signing
yes.
up, they would send an email to that?
They can send an email to that asking to be
Saying
opted into the outage alert system with their cell phone number.
Or they can call us, either one.
Yeah.
Basically, all we need is a cell phone number and to know if it's for a residence or a commercial account.
When you were talking about outages, are you talking about banning isn't required to do rolling outages? Rolling outages?
So when I talked about the public safety shutoffs, the PSPS events that you often will get text messages from or something from Edison, or you'll emails, or you'll see alerts go out, those are what are considering the rolling power outages. Currently, Banning does not participate in those. Yeah, we are not mandated to do so at this time, so we do not participate in those.
And just one more little tidbit to go along with the outages. We do have in the back on our information table, we have some displays of some portable power options. Just a few different things to show you that everything back there is priced under $500. We have some different brands, just so you can take a look if you wanted something maybe to be able to charge your phone, or a small appliance, or something that you really needed if there was an outage. So we just have some displays back there if you'd like to look at those.
I'll use it. Just the last part here. Thank you. In communication with the utility companies, Banning Electric, you have been a standout community for the amount of energy you've combined saving by using the program. And it's no cost, but it's the amount of money you also save the community by using this service. So in recognition of all of you, how many people are in this community? How many people live here? How many houses? 5,000? Just a few missing. But we want to thank them too, even though they're not here. So I don't know if I can do this. Help me with this. I can't hold this, and I'm not that skilled. Oh, there you go. This is no joke, because this is specifically for you, your community. And you look like the ones that would be the representatives that would kind of accept this. So we're going to provide that in behalf of everyone else. So I do have glasses, I have a hearing aid, but here's what it says. For your valued partnership with Synergy companies and, of course, Banning Electric providers in promoting energy efficiency, your commitment to conservation benefits both your community and the environment. Thank you for making a difference. Synergy companies, we all thank you, in Banning Electric. So I don't want to give it to them, so who wants this? So, how about you? So, do me a favor. You got 3 choices. You can throw it in the trash.
Oh, we're putting this up. Put it up.
That's a good idea. And, but yeah, that'd be great. So, listen, I'm being honest with you. This is no joke. Thank you. You guys have made a big difference. And you have no idea how every time you use this thing, what a nice meal I have when you. So keep up the good work. We love you. We appreciate you, and hope we have a relationship. Don't let us serve you. Do everything we can. So.
Let me take a picture.
Okay.
Get all get everybody from Banning. One thing neat about We want you in here. Please. I'm begging. Thank you. Thank you.
We had some raffles.
Yes.
Now, does everyone have a green raffle ticket? We don't want to leave anyone out.
There's some people don't.
She's gonna bring them up right
Okay. Grace will come around and hand those out.
She's gonna. Raise your hand if you need a raffle ticket. It's for the latecomers. Anybody else need a raffle ticket? Oh, you didn't get one yet? Oh, she's got one for you. Okay, go ahead, Amber.
Okay. We're waiting to get our tickets over here. There's two Ambers, actually. Ha ha ha. Rockwell. She is Amber Utley. Okay, so I'm going to call the number, but then I will have you actually pick up your raffle prize at the back table with Grace, so I can have you sign for what you win. Okay, so first prize is actually going to be this 3-time magnifier with an extra battery. And the number is 274357.
Oh, Dennis.
Huh?
I was gonna stick it with it. Yeah. I'm gonna have someone pick one, or
Huh?
I'm gonna have someone.
So you want them to go in the back and
Yes, please.
right now? Okay. Dennis?
I'll have you guys pick the raffle tickets. Okay, next number 274367. And this is
Janie, Miss Janie.
And this is a fun camping kit from Ryobi. So it has some items you can use for camping. And it does come with batteries as well, rechargeable batteries. Okay, now this will be for the fan. 274390. So you win a Lasco Whirlwind fan. Okay, next we have a Ryobi One. This is actually a storm combo kit. I think it's really great. It has a light, it has a radio, it has a portable charger, and everything works with the Ryobi One battery. So if you have those already, if not, there's one in here as well.
Say, pick me, pick me.
So this is something great. It kind of ties in with the whole outage management. Be something good if there were an outage. I'm just going to read the last three. 366. Yeah.
Go back there.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Do you want to do those now? We'll do this one last. Okay.
Oh, they have
So
other
we have some gifts from Synergy. It was very kind of them to bring some gift cards as well. So the first one is for Sonic. They have a great drink happy hour if you want to diet ocean water. Last three numbers, 362.
Jean Dobson.
No, just doors. Okay. All right, we have another Sonic gift card. The last numbers are 400, so 400. Huh? Oh, let's shake them up a little bit. Okay, again, another Sonic gift card. Last three numbers, 395.
I didn't hear you hooting and hollering.
There we go. There we go.
We have a $15 gift card for In-N-Out. I think this can actually get you a double meal and maybe a shake to go along with it. And the last three numbers, 397.
Right here? Boy, this whole row.
Okay, next we have $15 to Canes. Gonna be jealous, whoever wins this one. 404.
404. Going once. Going twice. Okie dokie.
Okay. 38. Oh. Okay, and our last one, we have $25 to Chili's. 381.
Oh, nice. Wow, those are some nice giveaways there.
Okay, so we have one prize left, and this is actually one of our displays we have. This is a Westinghouse mini portable charger and a portable solar panel. So you can use this at home, camping, pretty much anywhere. I will have Gary draw.
Yeah, raise your hand if you want.
The number is 370.
Woohoo! Wow, those were some amazing giveaways. Thank you so much, Synergy and Banning. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be here in the back if you want to come if you have questions.
So-
We have some flyers, some displays, so please come see us. We're happy to answer any questions, get you signed up for Text Power outage management, Synergy. So
Before everybody leaves, I just want to make sure that everybody knows our next meeting will be on June 3rd. I know it is Charity Week, but we are having our program, and it is all the law enforcement agencies. So you'll be able to figure out which agency you don't want to be involved with. So please come to our next one, and thank you, Banning and Synergy. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.